Dice Masters, our Monday night show. My microphone's all the way up there. Let's move that right now. Hello, everybody in chat. My mic is currently in the way of the camera, so I'm going to have to find a decent place for that. Because in my rush to set up, I didn't think about mic placement or camera placement. Even this camera here on the lovely BD1 that Richard from Warrior Prince, who has donated this motherfucking dragon and the alternate 5-headed, which he's flipping magnetized to the giveaway, which is happening tonight, here, now, while I work on this dice, because I'm already going to tell you about the next giveaway and what I'm working on, and how this single dice, I will only ever do this one of them, that gets released into the world with you amazing people. For those of you who don't know, Richard at Warrior Prince 3D does a Dragonborn industry show here with me every Thursday, and you can see the link just there in chat. But let's talk about what we're doing tonight before we go anywhere else. And how is everyone doing? I hope you're all well. I am shitting myself. Genuinely, I haven't been nervous before a stream for so long. And I'm like, I don't know why this one got me, but it got me! And it got me good. So, yeah, I'm doing all right, Herbalist. Thank you very much. Evening Dibs, how you doing? It's so good to see so many of you in chat. Thank you so much. So what I'm doing before I move on, show you anything else, talk about what we're going to be doing. Oh, Leia, you're working on the Lilith model. It's so good. People should go check out Sorceress Sundries because she is awesome at mini painting. Well, thank you for turning up. Miss Lounge, hello. How are you doing? I'm putting down some double-sided tape because I am on the point with this particular dice, which we'll show off in a minute, where we're going to go to the zone of papering. So this is the buffing and the sanding phase, and it's more of the buffing than anything there. We're just going to put that down dry as it is. I'm going to grab some water, which I've got here in this handy Tesco's Best bottle. And we are going to show you. Let me just hop onto the PC, typing on the phone. It's a nightmare. Not a problem. We're going to wait a little while until I tell you what the keyword is for chat, because tonight the giveaway for everything you can see here, the 2 dice trays, the set of dice, the chunk, the bridge, the dragon from Warrior Prince 3D, plus your choice of apparel item from our website, not Hugo Boss, Dibs, who called me out earlier and said I said the wrong thing, and fair enough, it did sound like it. Not any website, from any item from our website, I just can't talk. So yeah, any apparel item of your choosing, we'll put that in there too. And there'll be one more item that I'll be adding later on in the stream. And I'm so excited because they're like one of my favorite things. But we're putting down the zone of papers, and what we're working on is a dice for one of the next giveaways. This is one of our chunks that we're doing, but I decided as a mini painter and as somebody who really loves dice making, I love D&D, that I wanted to do geode style dice. And that was all well and good. But my 10-year-old, who was obsessed with Diggy Diggy Hole, that famous Yogscast song, suggested I take a dwarf who's mining and put it in the geode dice. So I did. And my 2 sons will get one, and one of you out there will get one. Currently, we're at this phase where we are mostly done. But I've got these spaces here to buff up so that that lovely 3D printed dwarf in there that I've painted up for this can be seen a bit clearer. Hello, Corianti. I see you there. So this is going to be the next giveaway, and we'll talk about how that's all going to work in time. Wow, we go through today. Yeah, thanks, Envy Goblin. That's kind of the point. And like my 10-year-old came up with the idea, and my 5-year-old also really likes that song. And yeah, I've only made 3 of them. That's the only 3 that I will ever make because I want this to be for a very special giveaway. These two are going to my boys. This one will be for when we hit that 1,000 on YouTube. So we're a way off that, but feel free to spread the love. And yeah, I'm going to get to sanding some of this. What's everybody else up to tonight? What are you guys doing? Let me know if the music's too loud. Let me know if it's too quiet. Let me know if you've got any dice making questions. That's the point of the show, is to help you guys maybe get into dice making. Dwarf statue may be required. So this is a 3D print file, Richard, that I think I found it on my mini factory. Hello, 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 hello. How you doing? Welcome to the show. We've not revealed anything yet, just what's down there, and the fact that you can also get an item of apparel from our website, not any website. And I'm going to go into sanding some more of the Diggy Diggy Hole mini painted dwarf geodice. So yeah, so this is on a pottery wheel. We've got it set to quite a low spin, and the only faces I need to do are the 13, the 1, the 9, and the 4. So the 1 and everything around it. So it was only like the cap face. And I'm pressing about as light as you would press, as if you were drawing, if you had pen to paper, if you were maybe putting down a paintbrush to a mini. It's really light. I can just move that around there nice and lightly. I'm just deciding what I'm going to paint tonight. Well, Herbalist, are you going to take a night off from 40k, or are you going to steam on through those Battle Sisters and the Tyranids? Or are you going to paint some more D&D minis? Or the Bard that Richard has sent out to you that's looking amazing. The eyes, by the way, on point, not cross-eyed and looking great. Dibs is rolling a cigarette. Man, I've not had a cigarette in years. So many choices. You're right, Herbalist. There are so many cigarettes you could choose from. No, minis. I know that you've got a megaton to do. I know that some of you in chat there, you two are rolling. Nice. Nice. So, the green zoner is a little bit more abrasive than, obviously, the other ones, because it's, again, like sandpaper moving down through them. But it is all about just making sure you've got every single area on there covered. And what we're looking for is, that white dust is fine. This is just part of the resin buff. But we want to make sure that it's all one solid frosted colour. I miss a good rolly. Yes, how long's it been for you? Brothers of the Mime Joy Sing movie. I've only just seen that, Geeky. How you doing? Yeah, how long's it been for you, Warrior Prince? Because it's been a good few years for me. And it's weird. A lot of people give it up and are like, yeah, you know, I'm really glad I gave up. And I am glad I gave up. But man, did I love smoking. Loved it! Nicotine, whoo! Ah, Corianti playing Pokemon Violet, catching the shinies. Nice. Caught any good ones? I've been trying to catch me some more Pokemon Go shinies. Got myself a Dratini yesterday or the day before. Sorry, it started raining. I had to get the washing. Don't worry. You haven't missed anything. Smoking and whiskey. So I don't drink anymore either. What's wrong with me? Oh, God, it all sounds so good. Damn you, health. I've been playing Pokemon Go. Downloaded it when you mentioned it the other day. Oh, I'm re-addicted to Go, and it's crazy. Like, I watched the Worlds, and I was just like, I want to be the very best. Like no one ever was, and those guys were insane. They were so good. Smoking and coffee for me in my den. Oh, man, I used to love a morning cigarette and a morning coffee and just be like, straight to the toilet. Those days are gone. Now it's just morning coffee. I have over 36 at this point, I think, but I was Voltorb and Go-Goat. Nice! That's amazing. Same dibs and morning tea. Yeah, I definitely also enjoy the morning tea, but morning coffee gets me more every time. Got to get the higher caffeine hit from dark, rich tar. Morning 4 shots of espresso with caramel cream. Ah! Nom 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 nom. God, it sounds so good. Although I am a purist when it comes to coffee, I do like it straight up black, no sugar, no milk. Oh my. Yeah. Hopefully, did you guys see that I got Resident Evil? I am super stoked, and I'm probably going to start a painting series on it because I've got so many minis to paint. Non-stop coffee and ciggies from getting out of bed to getting back in. Disman, you lived the life. Kids, if you're watching this anywhere else, don't smoke. Possibly don't drink coffee. So I'm just going to quickly check over the dice here, and I'm just checking those 4 faces again, just to make sure we've got a nice even. And what you should get from the green zoning paper is like a matte. And it's almost like a frosted face. And what we're looking for is to not have any shiny areas whatsoever within those. Like little pools. Shots of coffee, I should add. I did 4 shots before I was live, like Fry Out of the Futurama episode. That's amazing. Have you ever attempted that whole 100 cups of coffee thing? It is impossible. After about 5, you can smell time. It's usually where I'm at. It is impossible. It will kill you. So we've got most of those faces pretty good, but I just want to hit that 13 a little bit more. So do you guys have any idea, if you were to win tonight, what item of apparel you'd be going for? Would you like a hoodie? Maybe you want some leggings. Maybe you want some swimming shorts. I live in mine. They're great. Hoodie. I think hoodie's going to be very popular. I love hoodies too. I don't care. I want the dragon in the bridge. Yeah. It's... To say it's cool, the bridge. The bridge is fine, but I mean the dragon is flipping amazing. Amazing. I've stared at this thing for days, and the fact that Richard put magnets on each one of those 5 heads, you could battle them down like a hydra. Amazing. So, all props to Richard. Go follow him. Dude's amazing. Awesome mini painter. Great D&D player on a Thursday for our 1-hour one-shots on painting up the monster manual. I am now going to switch over. I'm just going to take that one straight off and put the second one on. I'm using the same sticky paper for now, and I'm going to wet down that grey. So, I want to win a dice. I don't know if it's sets are winnable, but dice would be nice. But good luck to everyone. So, Elo, as we currently stand, everything you can see there will go to one person, plus an item of apparel. It's a big prize bundle, all going to one lucky winner tonight. And there's one more thing to add, which is right here. Oh, nah, we won't do it yet. Tease him! Bring him in slow! Don't let him see it. Richard doesn't want me to win, so I have to buy it off him. Yeah? Dibs? But haven't you bought enough from Richard? Hasn't he squeezed enough money out of you, that capitalist pig? I love you, Richard. Any Goblin? That's such a cool idea. Thank you. Sometimes I have them. Sometimes I don't. The Mr. Each head had its own personality. Oh, you're on about the magnetization, Any Goblin. Yeah, NB Goblin. Fair enough. It was Richard's idea. Do it with all your Tau. I know you're painting up some Tau. It's great to do it on the weapons. Thanks! Each head has its own personality. It does. But never stop filling the pile of shame. No. And Resident Evil is just that for me. It is a huge pile of shame, where I'll be really excited to paint Rebecca Chambers and Jill Valentine. And I'll be really excited to paint the rest of the Alpha team. And I'll look at the zombies and I will probably never do them. Which is why I'm thinking about doing a show, so that we can attempt at least to try and get stuff done. So I'm actually going to have to turn the speed down on that. It's going a bit too fast. And that's fine. But I like it to just go a little bit slower. I like it to be nice and steady. So, we will never stop filling the pile of shame. Ah, now I get it. Yeah, that's an insane price. Yeah, the fact that you guys just got me to affiliate, and I thought I was going to be slogging away at that for a year or two, because that's the game. You know, you just have to keep plugging and plugging and plugging. You guys just, not only did you get me to affiliate, but you were just the most awesome community. And I know everybody says that, but like every time I come on stream, you guys are energetic. You get me pumped. You get me talking about chocolate. And let's face it, I freaking love chocolate. So, yeah, you're my happy place. You're my safe space. And I love you all. Let's have a look at the next one. Warrior Prince is laughing. That's fine. Is there ever enough? No. Yes, she is. Dibs wants a bigger one. Ha ha! You will paint my zombies. You know what? Absolutely fine with that. I have so many to do. And I bought extra. And I don't know why. Right, so let's try and get this one face done first. I also tried to catch every stream. Currently, it's more possible as I'm down to my desk. Oh, hello, thank you so much. Because you came in, I think it was like a random midday dice making stream. I still haven't sorted out any form of schedule yet. And you know what? You put me onto like certain things, and you came up with the. In fact, that Neon Blossom chunk happened because of you, didn't it? We talked about the Cyber Candy, which is one of the Petri sets we're going to be releasing soon. And then you said you'd like something like Cherry Blossom style. And that was the closest I could get to at the moment. So that was all thanks to you. Everybody thank Elo for that chunk. Never too many zombies. You would live what's in my... you would love what's in my fridge. Homemade chocolate, billionaire cheesecake. No! Dibs may have just won the internet today by saying that. I'm a big fan of the Billionaire's Cheesecake and the one at Tesco. A local UK supermarket. 1 is suitable for vegetarians. 2 goes really well with vanilla double cream on it. Oh, I'm going to have a heart attack. But it's so good. Hello. Don't feel like you don't deserve it. That wouldn't have happened without you. So thank you very, very much. You are awesome. I love it when you come into the streams. And you are wanted and respected. And you totally deserve everything good that comes your way. As does everybody else here. Because you're all so freaking awesome. Tesco's vegan chocolate cake is so good. Herbalist, you are completely right. It's such a pretty dice. Fantastic idea, Elo, and great execution. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ebony. Enby, I keep getting it wrong. You will soon learn, Ebony, that I massacre people's names. Not got a clue what I'm doing. I'm an old man using technology. Is this thing on? Right. We've got the 1. We need that 13. Is really needing a bit of extra work tonight. Well, thank you for the everything good coming to you. Well, to be quite honest, I had an accident last week where I fractured my knee. So yeah. Wow! Oh, obviously you're not okay, but otherwise, I hope you're okay, because shit, that must hurt. Was it at least a cool story? Because this is the chance, right here in chat, you get to embellish. You can be like, there were 12 sharks, and I fucking killed every one of them, but then, like, one of them turned around, and they had, like, a seal wingman, and he shot me in the kneecap. You could be like, you know, you took on 20 ninjas. Like a true adventurer, you too fracture. He took a fracture to the knee. I used to be an adventurer till I took an arrow to the knee. God, I want to play some Skyrim. We'll make one up, Hello. You wish you had a cool story? Let us know. Arrow to the new. Rory Prince, I think you're supposed to say knee, I guess. Hope you get well soon. Aw, Corianti. Sending out the love. Beat me to it. Well, I think there's a 10-second delay, isn't there, between what I say and then what you guys hear. And we got the 4 face. We're going to do that. Cunny. So it seems like the hoodie is the best bet. And I too, if I was on the winning end of this prize, would also be going for the hoodie. I've already got one. And I love it. But to be quite honest, I just fell off my longboard, so yeah. Hey, you know what? That's fucking cool. I broke my foot last year and I dropped a box on it. So, you win the cool break there. So for anybody just coming in, hello. I'm just watching the users in chat moving around. We are getting ready for the big giveaway, which is everything that you can see in the camera beneath me. We are Lady Jane Lynn. Hello. So it's everything there. You've got a set of Petri dice, gelatinous cube style, with a green and gold matching dice tray. There is the Neon Blossom chunk. We only give away the chunks. You cannot buy one. I will not sell them. End of. They are exclusive to give away winners. We've had some go out already to all over the world. Is that a live camera? It is! Woo! There's my hand. in my lovely sexy glove. And yeah. So there is the Neon Blossom Chonk, which was a new tester and a matching dice tray, because we're going to bring dice tray coasters to the web store soon. And I know I keep talking about a stock drop, but in all fairness, there's a huge pile of dice next to me, which I know Geeky has seen how much work I have to get through. But damn the summer holidays and kids. Damn! I just don't have the time. But I'm trying! If the lords of time were real, I'd ask for more. You want a chunk? You can't handle a chunk! You could use them as an ashtray. However, we did make an ashtray for somebody. If you guys know Things I Printed 3D, there's a lovely guy from Scotland! Land of the Three! And he messaged me and was like, hey, I've got all these cigar bands. Big cigar smoking, loving guy. And Scotland! And yeah, he was like, could you make me an ashtray with them? And we did. And it was a really fun project to try out. And I've never done anything like that before. And yeah, there you go. So many dice. It was like walking into the hobbyist paradise. Yeah, but they all need finishing. That's the thing. And I'm like, at this stage, but like when you've got like an entire dice set to do, that's one thing. But when you've got like 20 sat there and they're all like new testers and stuff. Yeah. Home of the Iron Brew. Oh, num num. Had some of that the other night on stream where we're playing some Midnight Tower on Band of Badgers, where you can find me quite a lot of the time, along with Richard at Warrior Prince 3D. Hey, Whiskey Jack, how you doing? And yeah, for those of you who just come in, here tonight on Dice Masters, although you can win all that, and we haven't done the giveaway yet, we're waiting a little bit of time, because I certainly know that somebody who supports the channel a lot is stuck in a meeting. So I'm just teasing as we move through until we get to that point. All of that is there. An item of your choice, and whatever's there. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to whoever wins all of this. I can't wait for you to get it. It's not to toot my own horn. I want to enter myself. Okay, so we're almost done with that level of zoning paper. And what we're doing tonight is we are sanding down what is essentially going to be the next giveaway dice. Already! We are working on the YouTube 1000 dice. And there will only be one of them in the world, guys. So if those of you just coming in, this is the diggy hole. Inside there, minus the water droplets, there's a little painted dwarf miner inside a geode dice. Let's try and get that up there so we can see it a bit better. Thank you. I can't wait for these faces to be done so that you can actually like see in there properly. And I'll make sure that pictures go up of that, and we'll do loads of like TikTok videos, and you know, we'll do a lot of first rolls of the day with this. And yeah, as we progress, as we should hopefully, and I'm so excited, have some campaigns coming to you soon. And Geeky saw, I literally drank my paint water and I'm not even painting. Nice. I've drunk paint water so much over the past few weeks. There was a tester dice I did a while ago, and it's one of my Drift Nebula chunks, and I'm going to be using it as the, like, sort of like the DM's big dice roll dice right the way through what's hopefully coming as a Starfinder stream. And you guys will be the first to know that at the end of that campaign, after all of the story is done, all of the dice rolls, good and bad, that thing is made, I'll give it away. And we'll do another little final episode giveaway. But we're a way off that yet. But we are on the third zone of paper. So, and this is it. When it comes to dice making, as long as you've got that gentle touch for this bit and you make sure that entire face is covered, it really is quite light. I am just letting that touch it. I'm holding it in place. And it's just a case of making sure that you get through each one of those layers. My cat likes to drink paint water. Her favourite treat. Plasticky. Need that Drift Nebula chonk on a levitating platform. So damn pretty. Yeah, I adore making Petri dice, but the Drift Nebula sets that we do are my favourite. I'm a huge sci-fi fan. Starfinder was my real kind of like, oh, this is what a TTRPG is. Why the hell haven't I been doing this? And yeah, I sort of wanted to honour that to myself, and that's what the Drift Nebula are for. And it was like a different style of galaxy dice for people out there. And yeah. Silly cats. I want it. Speaking of rites of passage for men, Roadhouse. Richard! Is it true you've not seen Roadhouse? Dibs messaged me earlier to tell me to rip you, and I was like, I'll call you out on stream. But I also said it's probably not your cup of tea. I'm not going to blame you. Dibs is. Dibs is. Right. So we've got the one face nice and going. I'm going to keep wetting this. So obviously wet dry sanding is a thing that most people who do any sort of DIY will know about, but actually even when you're doing the buffing on Zona papers, it's a really good thing to do because resin dust is really bad for you. Really bad for you. There's a reason I'm doing it in a box, is because you can see all of that spray there. I don't want it to go all over everything. When it dries, it just kicks up as soon as you touch it. It's really bad for your lungs. Don't mess around with it. I should really be wearing a mask, but it's hard to talk to you while doing Dice Masters and sanding these. But the water helps it stay down. So while we're doing the streams and while we're doing it like this, it's just better, I suggest, to have some water on hand and wet sand it or wet buff it. Until you get to the final ones, we'll be using some polishing compound. He's probably shat in my pot. Nah. Not me sanding the crap out of a resin model without wetting me sandpaper. Yeah, I used to do that, and it wasn't until somebody said, don't do that. Resin dust bad, especially for pets, children, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, we try and do it. That's why, one, we do it up here, and why we try and keep it away from the kids until it's all finished and done. But it's just, yeah, anything to prolong their lives, I guess. I do a lot of my sanding while I'm cleaning in the alcohol. Yeah! So this is a technique that Richard told me about, and he sent me out some stuff for painting up the monster manual, which I'm going to plug again, 12 o'clock every Thursday lunchtime. 1 mini, 1 hour, roll initiative. That's the tagline. And he sent me out a few, and they were so clean, and I was like, dude, how? Like, I 3D print, and this is nuts. And yeah, it's... He said, like, while you've got it in like a big alcohol bucket, like isopropyl alcohol, that's when you want to sand it, and I couldn't believe the difference. So yeah, I learned something new. What's this week's model is the Basilisk. It's a small model, so I'm hoping to get it done in just as quick of a time, but the eyes are important. Okay. The 9 needs a little bit more, and we'll show you where we're at 3 Zona papers in. And yeah, the point of the show is to basically, every week, 12 o'clock, we spend an hour to try and get a mini tabletop ready. To show you that you don't need to, like, spend weeks choosing a mini or anything like that, or weeks choosing paints. You can, if you're not a mini painter, you can just try and do it as quick as you can. And we do use a lot of contrast and speed paints. So, it's still a little wet, so it's going to glare and the camera's not going to focus properly. But, try and get a steady hand here. We're starting to get our way through, and you can see the 9. It's still got that like matte look to it, but we're starting to get more transparent. That's what we're after here. We don't want any big scratches. We don't want any kind of like divots or gouges. And once that dries, it should be nice and matted. And when it's wet, it should be pretty much completely transparent. But that's what we're after. And we only need to do the faces that were attached to the cap and the cap face itself. I really wish I could show you the OSL in there as well. But we also have some ground, some bones, some dirt, some stone on the outside of it. And we're going to, when it comes to inking it, we're going to leave all of this clear. I may put some gold maybe on the 1. But I might just leave it completely blank. Leave it pure, you know. What do you think? Definitely leave where the dwarf is as clear. But the rest of it, I don't know. Tell me what you think. So, we are now on the last 3 Zona papers. And this is kind of it, really, as we go along. So, I'm going to see if that's still sticky. Yes, so that will hold down there just fine. We don't want it flinging off. I think a little gold on the other bits might look nice. Yeah, I think you're right. That dwarven kind of digging for treasure. So, let's have a look. Right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think a little bit of gold will work just lovely. Coriander and herbs coming in strong there. Just going to quickly scroll up there. Perfect. Oh, cool. So you've chosen the basket skinner print, Richard. That's awesome. I'm doing the WizKids one. New company I've joined. 30 minutes. Is this the record now, isn't it, Birdie? Yeah, so we painted up a mini each in, like, Richard did it in 13 minutes. It took me about 20. What size coin would fit in a chunk mold, mate? So, the chunks themselves are around... You could probably get at least a 50p in there. As long as it was in the middle. And it's so bright, that neon pink, that like I can't bring it too close to the camera because it saturates. I have to do it over here, or else it just tries to focus on just that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll get a 50p in there, but I would have to double check. But yeah, Richard has a chonk. So, we're going to start moving through the last of the Zona papers. Would you guys like to know what the final item we're adding is? Yes, Richard, we can absolutely do that. How about you do 2 of those, and when we complete the Monster Manual Challenge, give them off, auction them, do something, maybe charity? Who knows? So, at the end of this pink Zona paper, I'll show you what we're going to add to the giveaway. And I'll tell you what that keyword is going to be. And you'll have till the end of the stream to enter that keyword. And at the end of the stream, hopefully through Nightbot, I will do the draw. And it should come up in chat with who wins everything! So, that's the one face. 3 more faces. I'll show you what we have. And then I guess we got to get ready for the next giveaway. So, nearly there. Nearly there, guys. Dude! That's amazing! The Geeky Phoenix coming in with some gifted subs. Thank you so much, Geeky. That's amazing. Geeky has been handing them out. Amazing. Thank you so much. Aw, you guys are the best. Okay. So once more, we are 2 Zona papers left, and this is it looking quite dry, but once it loads up, we are starting to get that glare on there, that shine. And it's still matted, but we are so close. And there's just a bit further we can go. I'm just going to get that 9 a little bit more. I'm going to move some boxes out of the way. The noise made me jump. That's why we like it. Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. 1. Perfect. I'm going to put this to one side. Kidaroo, just joining now. You have come just in time, Kidaroo. Kidaroo! Because I'm about to show you what the final item is. And here we go. I'm glad you've got like 15 ideas what you can do with the minis, because that is a fucking terrifying dragon. So, Kidaroo, I'm going to show you what the final item is. We'll talk about the items now. I will tell everybody what the keyword is. And then, as long as you use that keyword, at the end of this stream, I will hit the random generator in Nightbot. And it should, as long as you've used that keyword, select one lucky winner. So, we have the 5-headed, with alternate single head if you so want it. And those 5 heads have been magnetized by Warrior Prince 3D, who donated this prize, and is just an amazing dude. Oh, we'll get to the keyword, Kidaroo, don't you worry. That's the first one. The next one is that Neon Blossom Chonk, this crazy neon pink and gold dice with its matching tray. We've got the bridge, one of the new terrain pieces. We have the gelatinous cube dice sets, one of my favorite Petri sets to make. No, it will be one single word, guys. But we'll talk about that in a minute. We've got a dice tray for the gelatinous cube dice. You can choose as the surprise item added today. No, you don't know the keyword yet. You'll know the keyword in a minute, but not just yet. Hello, Band of Badgers. You can go to our website, as well as all these prizes here, and you can choose one item of apparel. So a t-shirt, a hoodie, a dress, leggings, a mug. One of the apparel ranges. And that's absolutely fine. We'll put that in there with that. We'll get it ordered in whatever size you need, and I'll contact you after this. And we have one of these. I need to shift the camera around. Let's hope it's that way. And let's move a mic. So, for all you budding GMs out there, players, I really enjoy bringing immersion to a table, and especially when it comes to playing D&D, playing TTRPG systems, and one of the ways that we can do that is with props. And one of the first props that I ever wanted to make for people that they could have.
A new hand touches the beacon.
Thank you so much, Time Dagger. And it's potions. The potions that we make, 5e compatible, and there's one for each one. So you've got the Supreme Healing Potion, and it is resin with 10d4 in there. You get a little tag on there that it comes from us. 10d4 plus 20. That's how much healing that does. You'll also get the Superior 8d4 plus 8. And you can shake them like that. You can roll them out. You can hand them to your players. We've got the regular Common Healing Potion, 2d4 plus 2. Whoop. That one does have dice in it. They're just stuck to the lid. There it is. Right there. And then mini D4s. And obviously we have the Greater Healing Potion, which is 44 plus 4. Which is those ones right there. So, I'm going to try and put these over here, and I'll take them out of the box so we can add them to the table there. And we'll send them in the box. They'll be nice and packaged along with everything else. I like tiny dice too, Miniature Noodles. Welcome to the chat room, by the way, Miniature. Everybody who doesn't check out Miniature Noodles on Instagram should totally check out their amazing page. And by the way, guys, for those of you who aren't in chat that often, we completely allow you to put any Instagram tags, any Twitch tags in here that are linked to your pages. We want this to be a community page, so yeah. But are you ready for a keyword? Yeah, and I think labels are good. It tells them what to do. Usually it's the amount of whatever you roll on the dice plus the amount of dice, and that's a good way of explaining it if you don't have the props. But I do like immersion at a table, and I love making props. The keyword, all you have to do, single word as it is, all one word. Dragonborn Bard. It had to be that. Dragonborn Bard. Type that into chat, all one word. Don't put any spaces in. And that's the keyword. And at the end of the episode, I will hit the select button, and it will pick one of you at random. Warrior Prince 3D, I've already told you, but I'm banning you from this because you have donated a prize. There we go. Boom! The keyword is out there. If anybody else comes into chat, do let them know. We're going to finish this dice. We're going to get it polished up. And then we are going to do the draw. Hopefully, that's an all right amount of stuff for you. But wait! There's more! Spelling will count, Miss Lounge. Dragonborn Pasty. I hope capitals count. I'm going to check the keyword that I've got in Nightbot. So, all the users are there. That was their keyword. Sorry guys, just have to double check that. Yeah, make sure it's all lowercase just to be safe, because that's what I've got on the screen there. If it's Ginter's, I'm out. Me too, Corianti. No. As anybody else who's had one of our packages knows, we like to send out a few extra little bits with those packages. So, one of the things that... yeah, that's it. So, Dragonborn Bard, all lowercase, that'll absolutely do you, just to make sure. So, one of the things that we always like to send out are... we always make sure a lanyard goes in there. We also make sure... no, well, these are on the website. They are there, Herbalists. We make plenty of them. They're actually one of our favourite items. So, yeah, you can pick them up on there. And I'd love to see more of them go out. And it's open worldwide, so wherever you are. Oh, look at that, my thumb showing through. Got my step-toe gloves on. Noted! Yeah, no, it's one of the first things that I ever wanted to make for my players was potions, because I just loved the idea of having them, but like I didn't... A lot of people just had like really clunky like jars and like vials and stuff, and I managed to find these. Balls to Wild, hello! Balls to Wild, thank you so much. And yeah, we will finish this dice. The next giveaway dice, 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and we will be giving the only one to go out into the world, the Diggy Hole Mining Dwarf. Whoop, there it is. Focus! Dice chunk. Well done, Balls to Wild. If anybody else comes into chat, do let them know that that's what the keyword is. And I will try and get this done as fast as possible for you so that we can get one of you guys a shit ton of stuff. So, we also like to put lanyards in with any package that we do. So, you'll also get one of our lanyards. You'll also get some stickers, because we also like to put in some of the Dragonborn Bard stickers. Dragonborn Industry stickers. And yeah, we also tend to put in any extra dice that we have that are off-cast. So, when we make sets... Sometimes, as dice makers will know, those sets don't go that well. And you have to either throw them away or find something to do with them. And I like to, instead of like putting them as single sales, I will just separate them out, all the good ones, get them finished, and then I will put a random one into each packet that comes out. So for whoever wins this, I'll also throw in a few extra random dice that we've gotten done as some of the freebies that will come with it as well. So hopefully when it all turns up, to wherever you are in the world. It's a huge prize. Thank you, Herbalist. And yeah, that's it. Those of you who put your keyword in, we'll get to it. So come on, what else are you up to tonight, guys? What's everyone doing? It's Monday. You can't be doing much. You're not out and about. You're here watching Dragonborn Industries. What you're painting, what you're doing, what you're hobbying. Are you just sat around watching TV? That's fine. Just let me know. I just like chatting to you all. Prepping Thursday's game, if you want to pimp it. Ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday night, the Dragonborn Bard will be back. And for the first time ever, I get to play a Dragonborn Bard in the Midnight Towers series running on Band of Badgers, 9 PM, every other Thursday. So this Thursday we're back. And oh boy, Band of Badgers, isn't my character brave? Aren't they just the best fighter? You have a question about D&D? Let's go! I think Kingsman in the last fight. Band of Badgers. And feel free to put links, by the way, Band of Badgers. Anybody who comes into this channel, you can put links in the chat. You can put, to Instagram, to other Twitchers, as long as it's within the same sort of category and it's not just spam. Absolutely fine. So feel free to plug away, buddy. Well, I realised I didn't move the camera back, did I? Silly boy, you're watching me just use my hands. You don't want that. You want to see the dice. Building more 5e characters. Yes! Corianti. There you go. There's YouTube. I think they've... Band of Badgers have just gone past 1,000, haven't they? Well, I want to stop playing, but it's been a really long time, and I feel like I'm starting again. So my question is, who wants to make a game with me? Oh! Keep 13, do you play D&D? Question for 13. I've got my Final Fantasy head on there. It is 13. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I know Roman numbers. I promise. And Band of Badgers, Herbalist is a mini painter, and she is fantastic. Could be very cool to get on the show. Also, Band of Badgers, the Mist Lounge here have their own show, and you should totally hook up with them as well. They're really fun. They were boarding an airship yesterday. Hey, shameless plug. You go for it, Miniature Noodles. Your painting is amazing. If you like purple, you like Tyranids, and you like the Tau, Miniature Noodles is for you. Not only is she just an awesome person, she's a wicked good painter too. I like all of those things, yeah. It's credit where credit's due. And Miniature, you are a fantastic member of the community down here in Cornwall. And obviously, you're welcome to come hang out and paint whenever you want. Sit here and goth it up with me. Do some nails. I haven't done my nails in a while, actually, so I need to do that. We should do a nail painting stream! I want galaxy holographic nails. And we're going to turn the music back on. Whoop! So, we're almost there. Toe painting. Yeah, Band of Badgers does a lot of guest player spots, and it's not open to just like this guy called Matthew Lillard who's been on the show, but to anyone. And like Dave reached out to me like when I was just like starting out on Instagram, and like we just kind of like had a little chat, and he was like, hey, this is the channel, and it's just really fun. It's very open, it's very loose, and it's really relaxing. I have the best time there. I've met some of the best people. We're currently playing in Dragonlance with Randy's just left, man, and I freaking love Randy. Randy Alvarenga, everyone, from Harbingers is amazing. He's an amazing actor and just an all-round nice guy. We get to play with Josh from the Maguire Review on YouTube. There's Deanna Restrepo currently on Dragonlance. There is Dave. There's Badger 2 and Steve. And it's just so much fun. Lauren, who's not on social medias, so you're not going to find her there. Okay. So... We're one layer away from being done with the dice. So the point that we get to here is that when it's wet, it should look like this. And a lot of people would leave it at that glare there at the blue Zoner paper because time, money, and all that. Obviously, you can see where I've smeared it with my hand, but that's not shiny enough for us here at Dragonborn Industries. We want to go shinier! Ah, Corianti going on a little Cornish follow hunt. I will paint my nails. I love painting nails. Yeah, me too. I did mine as the 212 from Star Wars the other week for a tournament that never happened. So, this is the last Zoner paper. This is the finest one that they do, and it is really, really a buffing paper. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to take a pair of scissors and unhook that, and I'm going to live on camera chop one of my fingers off because the sticky tape is thick, and it is, I say thick, it is really sticky actually, and it's just hard to get off, and I don't have the isopropyl to hand, and I really want a flat surface here because this is the Zoner paper that matters more than anything else, and there is a reason for that. This is almost the final polish, and what we're going to use now is a resin polishing compound to let's keep all your fingers. I tried it the other week. If you follow me on socials, you'll have seen that I like sliced my finger off nearly, and I had a good time going to hospital. Yeah, but you want to keep it as flat as possible so that face gets the best kind of treatment, the best kind of love that it can possibly get. Here we go. I can't get it with my tweezers. There it is. Look at that for some great telly. Just off camera, trying to tweezer apart some double back sticky tape. Okay. It's got me. Right, that one's going on there. Do you ever use cork as a final polishing surface? Just curious, you often use cork when finishing glass edges and whatnot. You know what? Never tried it, and I'd be keen to, but that's the first time I've ever heard of it. So feel free, Time Dagger, to send me some links, follow me on social, send me some messages, or put a link in here and I'll dig back through the chat logs and find it and click on it and save it and go read it and stuff. But yeah, I've never used cork. So I'm going to wet that down, but then I'm going to wipe a lot of that excess water away. Hopefully, Haparana was saying they wanted to be able to hold sessions. Yes. He's part of the Miss Loud players. Oh, awesome! Very, very cool. So I've wet that, and I've taken the majority of it off, and this is why. So yeah, so many cool instas to follow. Yeah, NB, they are really lovely people. So in particular, I know that you will like Miniature Noodles stuff because Miniature Noodles does a lot of the town. I know you've been painting up a lot of Kroot and is all in all just an all-round awesome goth, and I know that that's kind of a thing too. So yeah, definitely check them out. Herbalist is an amazing Twitch streamer, and we've had a few chats, and she comes into this one quite a lot, and we try and raid where we can. So yeah, definitely give her a follow as well. And she's obviously from, as I know that you're all half Scot too, but yeah, she's from what we call the motherland. I'm going to grab my polish compound to show you what it is. Give me 2 seconds, guys. As I was rushing around before the stream, this is what I've got. This is Scratch X 2.0. Scratch X 2.0 is a headlight polish and a car polish, and it's fine scratch and blemish remover. I was put onto this by Rune and Fable, who is a UK dice maker, when I went to Dragon Meet and met up with Band of Badgers last year, and Midnight Tower, actually. It was really fun. And we'll be back there this year, actually, if people are going. And they said use this, and oh my god, the difference it made was incredible. So if you get into dice making and you're worried about polishing compound and you go to like House of Resin or resin polishing stuff, and everyone's like, oh, I'll get this one. No, get this one. This is the one you want. At least in my eyes. I'm just going to put a dollop of that right there. I'm going to take some of it and I'm going to apply it to the wet Zoner paper. And we're going to do every face now, because this is where we want to remove any blemishes now. I'm also going to heavily dip that in. And this is where it's good if you are doing... it can be a big process, yeah, Herbalist. But I like that. I like the process. I like learning. And I think that's why I kind of heavily got into this. We're going to do every face. And it's good to have a system. Because when I first started doing this, I didn't have a system. And I was just trying to go around the faces and I'd miss them. So what I learned to do was to go up and down at the same time. So I go 1, then 20, 2, 19, 3, 18. And I find that easier to keep an eye, especially with like the D20, which has the most faces. Because with the 6, it's not too hard. You know, you're doing the 1 and the 6, and then you just go round in a square, like on the other 4 faces. And yeah, but the 20, especially if you let go, or you don't hold on enough, and that goes pinging across the room. Oh, where was I? So, have a system. And that's mine. And for those of you who don't know, and we had a chat about this in chat the other week, a true dice, when we talk about balance and we talk about how they should roll, a true dice, every face and its opposite face should add up to the max of the dice plus 1. So on a D20, every opposite face should add up to 21. So 20 and 1, 18 and 3, 14 and 7. All of it's 21. A D6, a 1 and a 6, a 2 and a 5. All adds up to 7. And that should be the same on every dice. The only ones that don't overly matter are the D10s and the D100s. Yeah. So what you'll find out is that a lot of people, and some people ban them at tables. I don't really care because it's hard to really master a roll. But the Magic the Gathering life counters, obviously, like, they go down like 20, 19, 18, 17. You turn the D20 to count down your life. If you are an absolute wizard, well, a D100 LO, if you have a big ball on, yes. But a D100 is usually obviously like a 10, but with zeros on the end of it. So you're not going to get the same. And because it's 5 on each side, it doesn't quite add up to opposites properly. And they're always odd shapes, so you can get away with it on that one not being. But yeah, the rest of them, the D100, the D20 life counters though, if you spin them correctly, you can leave them with like the top bits up or the low bits up. And some people don't allow that. But I think if you've got a player at the table that's like, you would notice it. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Not wrong, the 0 seems to make the D10s an outlier. Yeah, it's interesting as well because there's like arguments for like what a D100 roll is. And like some people are like, oh, 00 and O is 100, and other people are like, no, that's 10. And yeah, it's I understand both sides of the argument, but it's hard. So 1, go in at the 20. Right, and it shouldn't take much on the other faces because the other faces haven't been polished down. They were just left fresh out the mold as they are, and you can see the glare coming in through that if it will focus. And obviously that's still got a hell of a load of compound on top of it. We're going to take that off with a second polish in a second, which will be really quick, and then we'll do that draw. So now we need 2 and 19, and they're right there. So all we need to do is remember that the main faces that we need to do are the 1 and then the 3 that are attached to it, which on this dice is the 13, the 9, and the 4. And they're the ones that we need to pay particular attention to make sure we get all of those like sanding scratches, all of those excess bits away from them. Hello to anybody just coming into chat now because I've just watched the users in chat just spike around. We are doing a giveaway tonight. If you are not currently in that giveaway, you can be in. There you go. Geeky is all over it by using the keyword, all one word, lowercase, Dragonborn Bard, for a chance to win everything you see in that picture, plus an item of apparel from the website, some freebies that we'll throw in, and those potions. It's all going. Now, some people in chat the other week were suggesting I paint the dragon. I will leave that down to whoever wins. If they would like to paint it, absolutely fine. We'll send it out as is. If they would like me to paint it, not a problem. It will just take a bit longer to get out to you because I will want to do it justice. There you go. Miss Lounge has got it there as well. So now we need 3 and 18. And because there's some on there, we don't need to go massively dipping away. We're all over it. Okay. There's the 3. We can go a little bit further on that one because it looks a little bit dull, but that's fine. There's the 18. We need 4 and 17. But thank you all so much for coming along tonight because I've had a great time as always. And you are all just the best. Geek Phoenix, is it not possible for you to pin the message? Yes, actually it should be. Geeky, if you click on your own message, actually that should pin it to the top of chat, and that would be awesome if you could do that, please. There's a 17. We need 5 and 16. I'm going to dip that one. Just give it a little bit more water as well. So one of the things that we notice when we're doing this is how it feels underneath. And when you're pressing lightly, I mean, you can hear the resistance there. That's because it's just a little bit dry. So even with the polish compound, we're just going to add a little bit more water again and then just let it loosen off. You should end up with a completely flat, polished face. Any new joiners in chat? Tap DRAGONBORN to enter the intro. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. That is all pinned up there so anybody can see. Here we go. So that's 5 and 16. We can do the 6 and the 15. We're not far away. Yeah, thank you, Allo. That's amazing. And again, it's things like that I love the community. Like, happy to shout things out, happy to help us out where we can, because we're all learning here, or we're all forgetting. Depends on how old we are. Followed. Thank you. So, there's the 6 and the 15. The 7 and the 14. We're so close to this one being done. Happy to come play a character in our stream. Are you asking me there, the Miss Lounge? If so, hell yeah. Join in for a session. Cause some chaos. Give myself an absolute detriment, probably some exhaustion if I can. And then disappear once I've done that. Aw, look at those. What is the size, the largest dice set you have ever made? Like golf ball or more? So actually, it's an interesting question because again, only really Geeky here in chat has seen the next sort of size dice that we're doing. So we're not doing like huge dice. And there is, I think, Witch Doctor dice does the Badonka Chunk, and they are huge. But I'm like, that's a lot of sanding. That's a lot of power tools I don't have. It's bigger than that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not ready to approach that yet. And maybe one day, maybe we'll do like a special giveaway at like 10,000 YouTube followers or something like that. I don't know. That's a long way off. We're long way off. And 8 and 13. What we are doing, so we've got the regular size ones, which are, obviously, I'm not going to pick them up while I'm wearing these gloves because they're filthy. But I don't have any. Maybe I do have other ones to hand. Or miles away. Miles away. Yeah, they're miles away. So regular dice that we do are your standard dice set sizes. However, the chunks that we do are probably about golf ball sized. Maybe a little bit bigger, just a tad. They're in the middle ground. Those like nice chunky dice, but not so chunky you couldn't hold an entire set. that's the size we're moving to. And actually, we were painting some up the sanding some up the other week, and I think that's when Elo came into chat as well. And yeah, we are looking to release chunky dice sets basically that are slightly larger. There you go, yeah, and as Geeky says, the new size feels really good. Chunky without being over the top, great for gaming. And that is kind of what we're after. We want you to see the artwork. We want you to bring them to the table. And, like, let's face it, like, war gamers get to bring painted minis to a table and go, check this out. Or, you know, bring some 3D printed miniatures. As a D&D player and as a DM, you get to flex that a bit more. But as a player, your only real purchase is dice. So if you can bring something a little bigger and a little more glitzy as some table bling, whoo, it feels good, I find, and that's kind of what we're all about. And we want to enable you in that sense. So it's 3 and 18. 8 and 13. We want 9 and 12. It always loses. There's the 9, there's the 12. I'm going to flip that the other way because I can feel that the sanding pad is getting a little flat. I think it's funny, you give away a chunky D20 that I gave you the idea to. Automatic shooting, by the way, and I have my Discord status as, it's a chunker! Nice. Nice! Yeah, and I don't know, I like giving things away. I like building communities. I like being able to offer things to people and like maybe just bring like a little bit of happiness to somebody because let's face it, we all struggle sometimes. I certainly do. Catch me at 2 in the morning because I can't sleep. Woo! So yeah, I definitely knew that as we hit stages of like dice making and being a channel, I wanted to do some giveaways just to bring some joy to people and to those people who bring joy to me by being here. So thank you so much. You know, this is literally the least I can do, which is why I want to try and put so much into this for you guys. And hopefully the next one, especially with this particular dice on that YouTube, if we can hit that. Thank you, Kidaru. But I think it's you guys, you all out there. You bring me the happiness, and without that, I ain't doing it. So thank you so much. 10 and 11, we're on the last faces. It's all getting slippy. Look how messy that dice is. That's okay. You gotta get messy. You gotta break those eggs. Although the first time I ever did this, I shit myself. I was like, oh god, it's not working. And we're just filling those scratches. But yeah. It's all about you guys, and I wanted to give you guys the chance to have an amazing prize, something that I would want. So, how long have I been making dice? So I started making dice after a mental breakdown at just shy of 2 years ago, I think it was, and just over now actually. Yeah, it would have been July 2 years ago, so just over 2 years, and I needed something new. I'd lost the hobby because of this breakdown, and I couldn't focus on that, so I looked at the only other hobby that made me really happy, and that was the tabletop and being a GM and playing with my friends. And if I could learn a new process, if I could learn about fluid dynamics, if I could learn about art, and I've never classed myself as an artist until the sort of now, and yeah, that's where it sort of began. And I just did it to begin with as like a fun little thing to keep me going is a nice way of putting it, to distract me from the worst inevitability. And yeah, and so it's been about 2 years of this, and actually I just find it amazing and it's fun. I love how mental breakdown is a lot of people's reasoning for getting into things. For me, into painting too. Yeah, and I know that there's a lot of people in chat. I'm not going to call people's names out or anything like that because some people may not want to talk about it. But this is also one of those spaces where if you want to talk mental health, that's absolutely fine, because I am all about that. As someone who literally struggles with complex PTSD that was triggered from like childhood trauma and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm on like meds all the time. I sweat profusely through the night. I'm all here. I'm all ears. You know, very happy to chat to people. I'm very happy for this to be a platform for that as well. So, and yeah, that's kind of why I got into dice making. But look, we've done everything we need to do with the Zona papers. So let's do what we need to do next. We're going to get rid of this. We don't need it. And I'm not going to launch it across the studio because it's my only one at the moment. We're going to get rid of the box. Get rid of the box. We're going to get rid of the stand that I'm using, which is one of my terrain boards. put that just there for now. D&D is always the heaven. Man, D&D is my therapy. Whoo, boy. Yeah, Corianti, like, I'm always happy to talk about it. Like, I, for years, didn't want to talk about mental health, and I avoided it like the plague, and actually I realised that that wasn't the way to do it, so yeah, especially. Meeting up with you and Fluffy last week was great, and not alone in the depression and PTSD front. Happy to chat with anyone suffering too. A problem shared is a problem halved. Yeah, I agree. I'm mental due to my health. Past docs have doubled my sertraline. Oof. Feel you there, bud. I am on the max dose at the moment, so I feel you there. Yeah, likewise, Warrior Prince 3D, who I know also suffers, and you guys are all amazing. So, we're going to grab one more tool. It's this! This is a fucking Dremel! What's he doing with that, you say? Well, we're not going to be doing any drilling. What we're using is a... Yeah, likewise. Suppressing material lines cause significant implosions. Yeah. What's the max? I don't know who you're asking that to, Dibs. So, this is a Dremel, and what we've got on the top of that is a buffing head. And this one's been used before. They last a good amount of time. And this is the final step before we'd even think of moving to inking. We're going to take some more of our Scratch X 2.0. And we are going to throw some of that on the end there. Just like that. Doesn't need to be a lot, just enough. Because this is going to go everywhere. And again, this is one of those things that, like, if I wasn't doing it on stream, I would keep the box here. But you guys... You should see it if you're going to get into dice making. Yeah, I internalize a lot and just push it down until I finally broke. Yep. And I think a lot of us are in the same box. I'm going to put this on the lowest speed, and that is still fast. And this is a case where we are going to have to try and remember where we've been. But what's good about these buffing wheels is they get into those numbers, and they will pull out any of that Scratch X that's left, any resin dust. Your backdrop wall reminds me of the show Red Dwarf. Don't know why, but as I watched, theme pops in my head. Yeah, and thanks for pointing that out, because I freaking loved Red Dwarf growing up. It was one of the shows that my mum got me into, and again, being a sci-fi kid, it was just one of those things that was just like amazing. I loved it. I absolutely adored it. The wall behind me is part of a set that we're building here in the studio. This particular side of the set, and there are 3 other boards around the table, for sci-fi games. The other side of the boards are for fantasy games. And we are hoping to bring a Starfinder campaign coming soon for the last of 1E before 2E is released in 2025. And then we are also looking at doing some D&D nights, where we do either some shorter campaigns or a longer running campaign. We don't know yet. For my mental problems, it's a problem that my grandma, I'm living with her for more than one... I missed all of that. So, I'm living with her for more than one reason, and she is like, yeah, that's just in your head. Oh, God, yeah. So, Elo, I used to get that a lot, and to get over it. And it's awful, because those people that you love that don't understand, it is so freaking hard to explain to them that you just feel like shit and you can't stop it, and it is a spiral, and you lie there at night and you think about it, you sweat, you just want to end it, and it's just awful. And people are like, yeah, have a biscuit, you'll be fine. You know, it's just something silly, and they don't, because they've not had to suffer like that. And the worst thing is we are trapped in our own prisons. So yeah, it's I'm so sorry that that's kind of happened, and my gran would be the same, but she's massively in dementia and is having her own issues at the same time, so I don't even talk to her about it. But luckily my wife, who is a moderator here on the channel, who isn't here tonight actually, she's out at work gallivanting, God! Yeah, she's so supportive, and I love her to death, because she gets it, she suffers, but she is my rock, and yeah, it's good to have somebody. Red Dwarf is awesome. Time Dagger, I agree. Absolutely loved it. And I think Series 6 was probably my favourite, when it was like straight into Starbug, and they were like, they'd lost the dwarf, and Dib 78, Red Dwarf is where my nickname came from. I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to get it wrong. And yeah, yeah, Series 6, Sirens. That episode was my first, outside of the Alien franchise, sci-fi horror that I was like, you know what's really awful? This, and I frickin' love it. So, one of the faces that we definitely want to make sure that we get is obviously the 20 face. The 20 face is so important because that is where you want to see it shine. You want to see that Nat 20 glisten. So we're going to come in at several different angles just to make sure we get all of that polish compound out of the logo. And this is it at this point. So that's that 20. And that's the glare that we want. Right there. We want it to really shine. Like a sniper's scope in the distance. And Dwayne Dibley. We should see that 9 now that we saw earlier that was matted. And it focuses in. We should be able to hopefully see through it. Yeah, there we go. So now we can see through it. We can see the lantern. We can see the dwarf a little better. I'm just going to grab a cloth. Because as we clear this off, I will grab another light and try and shine it a bit better so that we can really show you what's going on with this particular dice. So, let's turn that one up. Despair Squid. The Despair Squid was great. And Legion as well. Legion was fantastic. But the Despair Squid with the whole, like, simulation and with, like, coming out of VR, that still holds a lot of weight for me. Because it's just like, what if we are in a simulation? What if we are just playing a game? And it's like, if any of you watch Rick and Morty when they go to Blitz and Chits, and it's like, he's taken Roy off the grid! Husband brought Whisper Golds in. Herbalist 13. And your partner. Killing it. Quick! Dwayne Dibley? I can't be Dwayne Dibley! Where'd I get these teeth? Yeah, the polymorph. Okay. See if we can get some better light on this. There we go. We have one diggy hole. See if we can get right in there. But I was saying that 9 face was so matted at the front of this show when we started that. Thank you, Warrior Prince 3D. One of you could win this when we hit the 1,000 on YouTube. And that's what we're after. That shiny. That's what we want from dice. We want that glass finish. That ring. And minus inking. We're going to call that done, which means only one thing. It's time to do the draw. So. Whoo! Thank you so much to everybody who has taken part in the show. I am not going to lie, I was shitting it before this episode because I didn't know who was going to be able to make it. Time zones for, like, we have, like, different shows throughout the week, and everyone, like, watches at different times, and I was just like, oh god, what if it's like 2 people in chat and So yeah, it was yeah, I was shitting it. Have you all made sure, all lowercase, that you have put Dragonborn Bard, one whole word, no spaces, into chat? Just to be safe, get it in there again, just to be safe. We're almost there, guys. I will hold off for just a few more seconds just to make sure that everybody has definitely done it. Let's show it off again while we wait. So we've got amethyst kind of rocks at the back. Gold rim. OSL. They can see the OSL on the shirt now from the lantern. But okay. I think that's everybody. Yeah, we're going to do it, guys. Fuck, I hope this works. We're rolling. Miniature Noodles! You've won the giveaway! You've done it. You're taking home all of this. All of it. It's all yours. So, we need to sort out what you would like from the website. Dude! Let's do what? That's amazing! So, Miniature Noodles, I will send you a message because I have you on Instagram, so I will probably message you there. Obviously, be aware of spam accounts and stuff like that, but you should know it's me from my accounts. And we will talk about an item from the website that you would like to have. And from there, you can ask if you want me to paint it. If you would like to paint the dragon, that's completely up to you. I think you should do it because you're an amazing painter. And for those of you who don't already follow Miniature Noodles, go give her a follow. Sorry to everybody who didn't win. We are going to do more of these. So, minus this one, which we know we are doing. Richard is about to get a bunch of dragon orders. So we know we're doing this particular dice for the 1,000 YouTube subscribers. When we hit partner, I will do another big one like this. So feel free to share the page, share the Twitch streams, just get people to follow. If we can hit partner, I will do another big drop of a giveaway like this. And I certainly know that across the socials, there are more coming. Don't worry. They won't be as big as this one for the time being. And yeah, thank you all so much. Miniature Noodles, I'm so hyped. Thank you so much. I promise to keep everyone updated on the dragon. And if anyone buys one from Warrior Prince 3D, please tag me in them. I want the inspo. Absolutely. Warrior Prince, it's an amazing print from Warrior Prince. So yeah. Guys, thank you so much. We're going to close the episode down. We're going to line up a raid. I'm so glad that you were here. And thank you so much for getting us to this point. I'm going to be back on Thursday with Richard for painting up the monster manual. I've got family down at the moment, so it's going to be a little bit less hectic during the days for streaming, so probably not going to be around all too much. But until then, may the dice gods be ever in your favour. And I'll line up that raid. Thanks.